something I've always spoke of. I've even done about Francis Farmer's story. This one really gets me all the time too, but 12 twisted before and after stories of lobotomy victims. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm surprised that there is 2 stories that come out of this. Even to be, hang on a sec. Walking the bug. A couple stories, I guess there's a couple or 3 people out of this that had said that they had a lobotomy done and they turned out just fine. Other people just get paralyzed, dumbfounded, very, can't talk type ordeal. Francis Farmer, in one case that I seen in the movie, when I did watch that whole thing and watched her at the end as she was talking, and they claimed that she did not have a lobotomy, but everybody knows and everybody should know that back in them days, asylums like to throw away little, paperwork or hide and keep bearing secrets swept right under the vaults of their many, many dark tunnels of lies. But anyways, as always, I'm always on this story, and I keep seeing it. I've spoken of it before. I've gone over it. But literally, I want to go over it again. I don't think I formally did. I've spoken of it, but I haven't done a formally high-interest video of it. But to me, knowing what the Kennedys really are, and that includes John F. Kennedy, Ted Kennedy, who died, mind you, living out and continuing his work as a state representative of Massachusetts after he let a woman drown in his car. An affair, mind you, on his wife. Yeah, that's right. John F. Kennedy, affair with Marilyn Monroe, let her die. Killed her. That's what I think. Ted Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, his brother, what the hell, I don't even know his damn name, but he was always hanging around with John F. Kennedy, John Kennedy, his other brother. But to me, these people literally are the scum of the earth. And how they got to their high demand of high presidency, of being one of the best presidents of all time, or whatever you want to call them, I'll still look at them all as I read their stories as a piece of shit. Especially their father, piece of shit. Because right here, famous lobotomy patients range from children, politicians, English lords, to singers. There's a singer in here, mind you, I gotta go over to that I never heard of, but listening to it, yeah, I think he fell into the hands of a lobotomy that really screwed him up even more than what he's supposed to be. I'd like to go over that story, but of course, that's another video. But always I fall and see this always starting to come up again, and I want to tell the tale of, that's right, Rosemary Kennedy. Right here, look at this picture. A picture to me says 1,000 words. She looks very lifeful, happy, witty. Looks so happy. I could just imagine what was really wrong with this girl. Of course, back then, diagnosis wasn't that great. And from what I can see of what they speak of her and how she acted all the way up until this lobotomy, leads me to believe that she might have been a spoiled little brat. That's all. Although the father did not like how she became in school, slower than others, she could have had intellectual. She does not look fully mentally retarded, but they did. Excuse me, they don't say that no more, but back then that's what they called it. Little sister of John F. Kennedy, misunderstood by her parents, who struggled their life deficient cognitive skills. Her father, Joe Kennedy, consulted the psychology department of Harvard University, mind you. Of course, all money, wealth people try and think they're going to do best with money. Concluded that she was mentally retarded. She was 20 years old when they did the lobotomy. It was thought that she was afraid. He was afraid his daughter might embarrass him and his son and hurt their chances in politics. She would go on violent tantrums when she didn't get what she wanted. Spoiled little brat. But I did read another article that disclosed this poor girl as, not as top of her class. She didn't get high honors like her big brothers who gives a BS crap shit. She did make it through college. Mind you. She made it through high school, she made it through college. Great. But because she wasn't up there in the high epidemic, stomping her feet, they gave this poor girl a lobotomy. To me, that's sick. Yeah, I'm back. It's sick. And, Walter Freeman, I think this is the originator of sticking that pin in your ice pick, stabbing your lobe up here as it goes into your eye. Boom, 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 boom. Sliced away at the young woman's frontal lobe until she left, and the left side of her body was partially paralyzed. After surgery, Rosemary was sent off to a mental institution where she had to relearn how to brush her teeth, walk, dress herself the bubbly and sometimes volcanically angry young woman was replaced with someone who was unable to talk. So they stabbed her so much in the brain that she went brain dead. And letters from Rosemary before she was lobotomized, the letters were addressed to her caretaker, Dorothy Smith, an Irish woman who cared for Rosemary for a month-long period when she was 20. Rosemary recounted her adventures in Europe to Smith as she ended her letters with sign-offs like, "Best love from your darling sweetheart." So to me, like I say, here's a spunky, spontaneous, young, I would call her a bright girl. I could see in this picture right here, and I could speak with people for pictures. That she, to me, maybe she had a little intellection, maybe. Come on! Pug! Or she just right. Wasn't the brainiac of the family, but who gives a goddamn rat's ass? I'm sure she did what she had to do to get through school, college. Smart enough there, but yet not smart enough for their father. An embarrassment. To me, people like this make me sick, and there's still people out there that favoritism other kids than kids in their family, and I like to punch them right in their face. I don't favoritism none of my kids. They're all treated equal. Because you down one. And that's another thing that this girl could have had, a severe sign of depression. Because why? She's not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not like John. You're not like Teddy. You're not like, I can't even remember the other asshole's name. I don't even know why I remember all their names. I should just call them Kennedy shitbags instead of their real names, you know. But to see this poor girl that looks full of life in that spontaneous ending of a letter to her caretaker, that don't seem to me like a mental retarded person or special needs, as we have to say today. Oh man. anyways, I like to share this story because you know what? A lot of this stuff's coming out because pretty much half the Kennedy family is dead. And people feared them people for not... And if I was back in the day and I heard and read about this stuff, or, you know, say so a reporter, I would have reported all this. But people back then feared these people. Say something about me. Ho, ho, ho. You end up like Marilyn Monroe. That's right. But other than that, I gotta pause a moment. Be right back. So in conclusion, I mean, like I was saying, for this to be, you know, her days spent in a friggin' mental institution, her days going through high school, college as an average, you know, say-so girl, and to be put down by the family of an embarrassment and left to be, actually, let me show you a picture I screenshot. Right here. Skull within transorbital lobotomy, ice pick lobotomy. And there they are, the holes they use to drill right into your goddamn brain. Takes out whatever thought you have. Now, like I said, I mean, a couple, 3 people out of that article maybe came out with good intentions, but still felt different. A lot of people out of the article, out of 12 people, felt different. Felt like their lives were taken from them. And I'm sure that Rosemary did too. As you can see, the torture and the damn deceit of this damn thing being jammed in your ice pick, jammed in your fucking brain. Man. Then you come out a vegetable, or you come out just more mental than what you are, or you come out, who the hell knows what's gonna happen. Everybody definitely ain't the same, but for this to even be known to man is just insanely sick. Them people should have got the fucking lobotomy done to them. The guy who invented it. How do you like this? Right? Right. And I mean, Rosemary Kennedy. Who would have thought? And people look up to that family like they was something that they're not. And I will always find a video and way to put them down. And this right here is proof that they had no hearts. They were spineless. And all they cared about was themselves and their reputation. That's it. Just like Marilyn Monroe falling in love with the President of the United States. Boom, you're dead. Ted Kennedy, let me go get help. Yeah, you went and got help as that woman drowned in your car. You know what? I don't care if they're dead and gone. May God, you know, whatever. Never rest in peace. Because these people ain't going to rest in peace, especially when they get an ice pick jammed up in their brain. Of course, they take away the memory, too. Some people who don't remember nothing can't get the memory to remember things. One guy did come out to be very, smart. He had a 104 IQ, went up to 117, but he could never make a memory last. It always got forgotten. He could live his ordinary life, but everything in the past was gone, wiped out, erased. Everything new that he did was gone, wiped out, erased. He just had to work and just... Who even knows how you can think without memory? Without past, without good achievements. Them good achievements he got from that 117 IQ, he could never say so, tell it to his grandchildren. That's it, wiped out for good. All in all, I don't know what happened to this Rosemary, but I'd rather not know. Then again, she could have died. I think it said that she did die in a nursing home. Something, I don't know, got bounced around. But up until she did lived, I believe it was 76, but of a life of what? pretty much a vegetable. I don't know. But to me, the way I see the Kennedys now, and the way I used to see it as a kid, and the way people portrayed this is the bottom line. I wonder why John F. Kennedy got shot. Lee Harvey Oswald, huh? There was something else more sinister that this family did that the people didn't like, and I think that's why I get so sorry, people, if you got your recommendations on these people, or if you still think that he was great or this family was great. Well, I think the past of their lives are going to catch up with them is right. Because now that half of them are gone, pretty much the whole family's wiped out, besides young representatives or whatever of their family. But even that John F. Kennedy Jr. was starting to get a little loopy in his ending days. And I think I'm going to cover that story too, but he wasn't too nice, a little bit crooked. Yeah. And why did his plane really go down and crash? Was he getting caught up into something? And I'm going to kill us all. You ain't there putting my name in more mud. That's what I think. Other than that, his aunt, I would have loved to sit there and said, what do you think about your grandfather killing your aunt in her brain of life, thoughts of life? I've always wanted to cover this. And even poor Frances Farmer. And that woman, I think the reason why she was outbursting and kicking police officers' ass, and I think the only thing she was looking for in life was love, and all she got was used. Yeah, that's right. And people go mental that way. But other than that, folks, lobotomy shit ain't no joke. And when it comes out from a family like this, of an embarrassment, that always disgusts me. And I like to put them people in their place of where they belong, in the dirt. Till the next video, be safe, take care, and always beware. And I hope I change the way anybody thinks of the Kennedys now. Because me, personally, finding out all this in that article, I found out long ago that there was EMTs at Marilyn Monroe's side that were going to save her life but got kicked out by men in black. Not aliens, but the government. I know damn well for a fact that woman was murdered. Cover up the embarrassment of the family name again. Out.